Oh, there you are, YouTube. Doodloo, 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 do. Subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. But if you did, I'd appreciate it. Hey, we are going to do a random ranking. That's when we go to my movie collection behind me and we pick out 3 movies at random. Then we rank those movies based on whatever criteria seems to pop up from those films. I'll rank them here in the video, but if you'd like to rank them in the comments below, please feel free to do so. I think I just spit a little bit. Let's get to picking some films. Let's do it. Should I wear a hat for this? I don't feel like it. The hair, it just keeps getting thinner and thinner. What kind of products can I put in here to thicken it? Or should I just let it go? All right, let's pick the movies. All right, let's do maybe... I'm wearing blue and black. I know you're not supposed to do it, but, whatever. I don't know. Let's see what this is. I'm picking from this side. Let's see what this side gives us. Great. Yeah. Ooh. I don't know if I watched this. Have I seen Because of Winn-Dixie? It says oh, okay. I was just going to say, is Dave Matthews in this? Okay. So I have seen this, but I remember so little of it that I don't think it's fair because the other two I know pretty well. So we're going to pick something from right here. If I could just get a handle on it. Gotta pick a different one. Yeah. Okay, so Winn-Dixie is out. Even though I have seen it, but it's been forever. So, the films that we have are Adventureland. So I remember when I first watched this, I was not into it, but my wife really likes this movie, so she watches it quite a bit, and over time it has grown on me. I think where I struggled with it is that Kristen Wiig and Bill Hader, his name wasn't coming to me for some reason. Am I losing my mind? Names like that used to come to me very easily. So Kristen Wiig and Bill Hader feel like they're in a completely different movie. Completely different movie than everybody else. Everybody else feels grounded and realistic. There's a realism there. But when we hit those two from the SNL cast, it's like a different movie. It's over-the-top comedy. And I found it odd and awkward and confusing early on, but after watching it multiple times, now I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me. Also, oddly, look at Ryan Reynolds. He's in the background here. Background. Just a footnote, it seems like, when he's like the biggest star out of all of these people. Is he, though? I don't know. Maybe they're all equal. I feel like... Here's the thing, like... Ryan Reynolds... Well, and he's an and by. But yeah, he kind of like pops in. So I get it. He's like a supporting person in the film. But something about Ryan Reynolds is like they've been trying to make him happen forever. And it just never works. Except for Deadpool, right? Like if it weren't for Deadpool, I think Hollywood may have ditched him by now. Or not, because they've been trying to make him happen forever. So who knows? But anyway... yeah, I really like this movie. It took me a long time. One of the best things ever. Gosh, what's his name? Okay, yeah, I thought it was James. Okay, so Jesse Eisenberg's character is named James. James in this movie. And Bill Hader works at this, like, carnival or whatever, and he's trying to hire James, and he's looking at his... he's looking at his resume, and he's like, James, am I pronouncing that correctly? And then Jesse Eisenberg's like, yeah. Like, how else are you going to pronounce James? It's so common. But I don't know. Like, again, they grew on me. It just took some time. But I really like this movie now. Next we have Club Dread. This is a Broken Lizard movie. Do I have Beer Fest? I don't know if I have Beer Fest. I got to get Beer Fest because Beer Fest is like... I think Beer Fest is my favorite one. I like Beer Fest, and then I think I like Slam and Salmon, and then maybe this one. Super Troopers, I know a lot of people have that up at the #1 slot, but for me, it's not in the #1 slot. I really like the beginning of it. I think the beginning's funny. Like, we can't pull over anymore, man. That part's great. Speaking of, when I just said, we can't pull over anymore, man, I think I was quoting that wrong, but that kind of reminded me of Game Over, Man, which is Bill Paxton, who is right there who's right there. Can you see him? He's right, oh, whoops, he's right there. Bill Paxton. But yeah, I don't know. I like this movie. It's funny. It's a horror film. But it's like comedy style. It's funny. Next we have Hammerman. I screwed that up. I screwed that up. My singing was way off. I am a man of constant sorrow. So I have a funny story about this. So in the summer, my buddy, best friend, I would go over to his house every morning. And I was always awake early in the morning because I had this, very strange divorce situation to where I spent the night at my mom's house, but then my dad would pick me up in the morning after he got off work. He worked nights, and then I'd go to his house. So in the summer, he'd pick me up from my mom's very early in the morning, like 7 o'clock, and then we would drive to my dad's house, and then I would get in my car and then drive to my friend's house and then hang out with him. This was kind of when I was in high school. Of course it was, because I was driving. And what I would do, or my dad would drop me off. I don't know, what year was this? Maybe I was driving. I can't remember. But my dad would either, take me there, or I would drive there. Either one. My friend would still be asleep, right? Because he's a normal high school student and didn't have to wake up early in the morning in the summer. So what I would do every morning, I would put this movie on. First, at his house, I'd put it in his PlayStation. I'd watch the special feature of the song, the music video to Man of Constant Sorrow, and then I'd watch the movie afterwards, and then eventually he'd wake up to like the end of Oh Brother Where Art Thou, and then we'd start hanging out after that, drinking Mountain Dews. That was kind of it. Drinking Mountain Dews and listening to heavy metal is kind of what we did, and watching movies on the movie channels. And then we might pop into town, hit up the mall, and then maybe see a movie or two, and then hit up the Steak and Shake and drink all those cherry cokes and vanilla cokes and steak burgers with the skinny shoestring fries, adding the pepper sauce on top, and it was just a great summer. Love that, man. I'm talking about, what was that, the summer of 2000, summer of 2001, summer of 2002? I don't know, but that was a time of my life. The whole world was ahead of me. Now it's all behind me. I'm probably in the middle somewhere now. It's behind me and ahead of me, depending on what my health is like, right? Okay, so yeah, I don't know. All that to say, I really like this movie. It's one of the coolest Coen Brothers movies. They did a lot of cool stuff with color in it. All right, so now the question is, how are we going to rank these? Well, I think I know. So again, I have a lot of praises to sing about this movie now, but I think I might still put it in the third place because I don't have like the nostalgia for it, Even though I really enjoy the movie, it's not like I discovered it on my own. It's like I found it and I was like, and then it was a slow roll to me liking it. And now I do. I do like it. Sometimes I'm the one that's like, hey, why don't we watch Adventureland, But I'm gonna go ahead and put it at the end, but I have a little bit more like nostalgic feelings for Club Dread, which oddly enough come from Super Troopers, because of the Broken Lizard cast. I just love that comedy troupe, and a lot of that love, even though I don't love that movie, I love the comedy troupe, and I have a lot of memories of that movie, friends liking it, like 2 different sets of friends loving it and quoting it all the time. And I'm talking about Super Troopers right now, and then like all of those memories sort of leap into this movie, which I love on my own. Doesn't get quoted as much as the other ones. Actually, it's one of the lower quoted films from my friend groups. Probably the least out of all of them, all of the Broken Lizard films, but I don't know. I still like it. Plus, Bill Paxton's in it. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead with Oh Brother Where Art Thou, which is a fantastic film, and also I had those great summer memories of it. So anyway, this is my ranking right here. Oh Brother Where Art Thou, Club Dread, and Adventureland. So my question to you is, have you seen these films? These three right here, and if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all three, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.